Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down key scenes from Star Wars The Phantom Menace, specifically how a battle for a single planet, Naboo, was the precursor for the Clone Wars and then the Galactic Civil War. In the title crawl, we see that a trade and tax dispute to outer systems kicked off a blockade, resulting in Jedi being dispatched by Chancellor Valorum of the Republic to investigate and hopefully mediate. I'll tell you more in a bit.
TC-14 at your service. This way, please. We are greatly honored by your visit, ambassadors. Make yourselves comfortable. My master will be with you shortly.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
Don't center on your anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
But Master Yoda said I should be mindful of the future.
But not at the expense of the moment. Be mindful of the living force, young Padawan.
Yes, Master. How do you think this trade viceroy will deal with the Chancellor's demands?
These Federation types are cowards. The negotiations will be short.
What is it?
This scheme of yours has failed, Lord Sidious. The blockade is finished. We dare not go against the Jedi.
Viceroy, I don't want this stunted slime in my sight again. This turn of events is unfortunate. We must accelerate our plans. Begin landing our troops.
My lord, is that legal?
I will make it legal.
And the Jedi?
The Chancellor should never have brought them into this. Kill them immediately.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Captain, look!
Sorry.
Dioxys.
They must be dead by now. Destroy what's left of them.
Oh, excuse me.
Check it out, Corporal. We'll cover you. Roger, roger. Uh-oh. Blast
Close the blast doors! That will hold them.
They are still coming through.
This is impossible!
Where are those droid cars?
Master, destroy us!
Shield generators!
It's a standoff. Let's go.
They're no match for droid cars.
Sir, they've gone up the ventilation shaft.
Battle droids.
It's an invasion army.
This is an odd play for the Trade Federation. We've got to warn the Naboo and contact Chancellor Valorum. Let's split up. Stow aboard separate ships and meet down on the planet.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
The Star Wars setting happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away and is organized in such a way as to replicate our own understanding of history. We can see parallels to our world from a place with fantastical alien races because of the mythological truths of it. The battle between light and dark, the temptations of selfishness, lust, power, and greed, the virtues of patience, humility, strength, and persistence. In this galaxy, space is largely known and colonized by a variety of species. It is divided into the core worlds near the center of the galaxy, and mostly civilized, the inner rim, which is again mostly civilized with a few outliers, the mid-rim, which is a mix of civilized and strange planets, and the outer rim, which is lawless and filled with wild piratical organizations. There are also the unknown regions to the galactic west, a place of dark tales, rumors of monsters, confused mapping, and few known civilized planets. The Republic at its height represented more than 1 million planets, with its key players being close to hyperspace lanes. Faster-than-light travel was pioneered by the original conquerors and enslavers of the galaxy known as the Rakatan, who had since lost their force sensitivity and therefore their power. In the roughly 36,000 years of history prior to the Battle of Yavin, the Republic and its Jedi had fought a series of wars against threats internal and external. The greatest of these threats were the Dark Jedi rebellions who went on to colonize and mix with a dark force-sensitive species known as the Sith. Several devastating wars later, and 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, the Sith had been hunted into extinction. The Jedi had a long history of being the battlefield commanders and elite warriors of the Republic, but had normalized into a police force. Far from attacking every problem with a lightsaber, they were expected to be peacekeepers first, only resorting to violence when absolutely necessary. Which brings in the Trade Federation. The Outer Rim is a wild place run by marauding pirates like the Mandalorians, criminal cartels like the Hutts, and corporations like the Trade Federation. Despite the danger, the Outer Rim was filled with wealth, and corporations needed security to guarantee that wealth was generated and safely transported into the Republic to secure incredible profits. The Trade Federation became one of the most powerful organizations in the Outer Rim, responding to pirates and thieves with a private army and navy. While made of many races, the Neimoidians became the dominant species of the Trade Federation. They begin their lives as larvae and are kept in hives, forced to compete for resources before spawning into a more complex creature. This ensures that Neimoidian adults are often the most shrewd and calculated of their race. Some view their business dealings as opportunistic and at times cowardly, but the Neimoidians are proud of their competitive and cunning nature. The wealth and power of the Trade Federation became so vast that despite not technically being under the Republic's jurisdiction, and while being representative of many planets rather than just one, the Trade Federation gained a seat in the Galactic Republic. For many years, they profited from the gluttony of the Republic, effectively incurring no tariffs on their shipments sent coreward. It was Senator Sheev Palpatine of Naboo who pointed out their preferential treatment and pushed for legislation to begin taxing the Trade Federation. In protest, the Trade Federation, in secret alliance with the Sith Lord Darth Sidious, blockaded Naboo, and this is where our story begins. Chancellor Valorum dispatches a Jedi to mediate negotiations with the Trade Federation and Naboo. This sends a strong message, effectively, deal with us or violence is imminent. The Neimoidians are cowardly enough to simply want to break the blockade, but at Darth Sidious' behest, they are ordered to kill the Jedi and pretend they never arrived. After all, Naboo is at the border of the Mid-Rim and the Outer Rim, and there are all sorts of threats in the galaxy. Unfortunately for Viceroy Gunray, the leader of the Trade Federation, he faces formidable Jedi. While the pair are referred to as Jedi Knights colloquially, Qui-Gon Jinn is a Jedi Master, training the fierce and wise, if a bit young, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Qui-Gon believes in the living Force, that the Jedi are mere vessels of it, and if they quiet their minds and listen to their instincts, they can translate the Force's will. Obi-Wan is a Padawan late in his training as denoted by his braid. While Star Wars is often referred to as children's films due to its comic relief, sometimes light music, and simplistic themes, it can actually be quite hardcore and complex. The Neimoidians deploy dioxis gas, attempting to kill the Jedi Knights before sending in battle droids to make sure the job is done. Dioxis is a biological weapon that the Trade Federation developed and used against its rivals. Dioxis is an agent that blisters the skin, scars the lungs, and causes internal bleeding, meaning an agonizing death for any creature unfortunate enough to inhale it. The fact that they had these tanks rigged to their negotiating quarters means that not only are they ready to kill rivals and throw them into the void if negotiations fail, but this is not the first time that they've done it. The Trade Federation would go on to use dioxis gas against the Gungans of Naboo and in the Clone War. The Jedi are able to hold their breath, likely with some Force-enhanced meditative techniques, and cut through the B-1 battle droids sent to dispose of them with ease. Droids are an interesting topic in the Star Wars universe because of how different cultures view them. Many droids are simple automata, granted limited intelligence, and are therefore treated like machinery. Other droids are given incredibly complex artificial intelligence and are treated as peers. Many hold anti-droid hostility due to their use in policing and warfare, viewing them as horrific killing machines only a moment away from slaughter. The Jedi treat the B-1s as the threats they are, not individually dangerous, but in mass swarms capable of overwhelming and killing them. The droids share the combat philosophy of overwhelming numbers with their creators and designers, Bactoid combat automata of Geonosis. After cutting through a dozen, a new threat emerges the Jedi are not able to contend with: droid destroyers, or droidecas. Designed by the insect race known as colocoids of Cola 4, located in the Inner Rim, these droids have armor plating, energy shielding, and a pair of twin laser blasters meant to overwhelm their targets with fire. While expensive and complex, it takes anti-tank level of weapons or EMP grenades to knock them out, meaning they can kill many times their number. Failing to take them out, the Jedi escape into the hangar bays and discover a new horror. The Trade Federation blockade is not a mere bargaining strategy to gain leverage in Senate negotiations. It is a hostile power grab to punish Naboo and hold it hostage. They make planetfall, encounter a Gungan, make their way to the capital, and launch a plan to free Queen Amidala.
We should leave the street, Your Highness.
Get their weapons.
Whoa! Use the guy's bomb bag.
We're ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor.
Your negotiations seem to have failed, Ambassador.
The negotiations never took place. It's urgent that we make contact with the Republic.
They've knocked out all our communications.
Do you have transport?
In the main hangar. This way. There are too many of them.
Won't be a problem. Your Highness, under the circumstances, I suggest you come to Coruscant with us.
Thank you, Ambassador. But my place is with my people.
They will kill you if you stay.
They wouldn't dare. They need her to sign a treaty to make this invasion of theirs legal. They can't afford to kill her.
There is something else behind all this, Your Highness. There's no logic in the Federation's move here. My feelings tell me they will destroy you.
Our only hope is for the Senate to side with us. Senator Palpatine will need your help.
Either choice presents great danger to us all.
We are brave, Your Highness.
If you are to leave, Your Highness, it must be now.
Then I will plead our case to the Senate. Be careful, Governor.
We'll need to free those pilots.
I'll deal with that.
I'm ambassador to the Supreme Chancellor. I'm taking these people to Coruscant.
Where are you taking them?
To Coruscant.
Coruscant, that doesn't compute. Wait, you're under arrest.
Come on, move!
Interplanetary communications were jammed, preempting the invasion. Queen Amidala would not order her troops into the fight because of the overwhelming numbers of droids. Naboo was a resource-rich, wild, and lightly colonized planet with two sapient species. The indigenous Gungans were an amphibian race with underwater cities in the swamps of the planet. The human Naboo had many great cities, but tried to carve civilization into the forest as complementary rather than in stark contrast. They drew this architectural inspiration from the core world of Alderaan and infused everything they did with a combination of industriousness, intelligence, and aesthetic. Naboo was proud of its many academies, emphasizing politics and art over warfare and industry. This was reflected in its armed forces. The Naboo security forces acted as a police force and occasional militia for skirmishes with the Gungans. The Palace Guard secured the Queen and her estate. The Naboo Royal Space Fighter Corps piloted the incredibly fast and agile N-1 starfighter, which was a combination of aesthetics and function. Boasting laser blasters and proton torpedoes, they could outmaneuver almost anything else in the sky and look sharp while doing so. Their limitation was in size and number. Naboo had no capital ships, no heavy fighters, no heavy bombers, and minimal anti-air capacity. As a result, the droid army was able to march in with minimal opposition. Not wishing to be complicit in the fall of Naboo, the Jedi made a daring gambit. They took out the droids escorting the Queen and broke free security forces personnel and pilots. They're able to take off in the Queen's personal transport, but are damaged while breaking the blockade. Needing repairs to make it to Coruscant, the refugees flee into Hutt-controlled space on the planet of Tatooine. There they find the right part for their ship in the possession of Watto, a Toydarian salvage shopkeeper. Toydarians are a species thought to be similar to flies, as they live in the mudflats of their homeworld and use snouts to scavenge for sustenance. Despite their humble biological roots, they are shrewd and intelligent. Through a series of intrigues, Qui-Gon discovers Watto's slave, Anakin Skywalker, is a boy conceived through the Force, with preternatural reflexes. Anakin is the only known human brave and talented enough to participate in the dangerous sport of pod racing, a wildly popular sport in the Outer Rim. Pod racing involves taking a grav skimmer and then hooking it up to massive engines so it travels at incredible speed. Hazardous courses are picked on purpose to test the limits of the vehicles and pilots. Crashes, injuries, and deaths are common, and there is a massive gambling market connected to these races. Qui-Gon bets Watto for the part he needs and Anakin's freedom, and Anakin wins in a stunning upset. After a meager attempt to free Anakin's mom, Anakin agrees to leave with the Jedi for training.
Anakin, drop! Go! Tell them to take off!
Qui-Gon's in trouble.
Take off. Over there, fly low.
I think so.
What was it?
I'm not sure, but it was well trained in the Jedi arts. My guess is it was after the Queen.
What are we gonna do about it?
We should be patient. Anakin Skywalker, meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hi. You're a Jedi too? Pleased to meet you.
Darth Maul is a Cabrak of the planet Dathomir. Cabrak are a near-human species sporting horns and two hearts. They are fierce warriors and thought to be arrogant and boastful. On Dathomir resided a dark side cult known as the Night Sisters. Darth Sidious worked with them for a time before kidnapping Maul and taking him as an apprentice. Maul was a fierce warrior and bladesman raised by the Night Sisters and Sidious to hate the Jedi. It is with relish that he pursued the Jedi to Tatooine to finally reveal the return of the Sith. While only a brief encounter, Darth Maul almost runs down Anakin and nearly kills Qui-Gon. Maul is an overwhelming flurry of blade strikes, and Qui-Gon is only saved by fleeing to the ship. Qui-Gon is alarmed by this unknown attacker trained in the arts of the Jedi sporting a red blade. For now, he will not name the threat, but will be patient and relay the events of Naboo and Tatooine to the Jedi Council. If you like this video and want to support the channel, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership helps me in the algorithm and is appreciated. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or support us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out the other videos on the channel, support our sponsors, and I'll catch you in the next one.